In this video, I'm going to give you a 3-step process on how to break through your fear, okay? Because fear is what holds us back. And when you break through that, it's going to get easier and easier and easier to take action, okay? So let's define fear as the anticipation of pain, okay? When you anticipate something, you're looking at some future event, or you're expecting something in the future to happen. And when you're anticipating pain, you're really expecting a negative outcome in the future from taking an action. And that should stop you. That, logically, that would stop you. Why would you want to do something that causes you pain? Okay? But we can kind of change that around and use pain to our advantage. Okay? So here's your 3-step formula. Write down one action step that you can take towards a goal that you have or something that's going to move you forward in your life. And then write down the specific fear around it. Is it fear of loss of love? Is it fear of loss of respect? Is it fear of dying? Okay, if it's fear of dying and it's actually going to kill you, do something else. Do something that's a fear of criticism, perhaps. And take an action step towards it. If it's, building a business, do the first action step if you've never built a business. Okay? So write down that action step and write down the specific fear. Step number 2, okay, write down the positive outcome that you could experience or that you will experience after you've taken this action. Okay, and then look at it and then ask yourself, am I really going to let fear stop me from experiencing this outcome that's going to improve my life? And if you say yes, don't bother continuing. But if you're not going to let it stop you, go on to step 3. Okay, step 3 is take the action and then write down exactly how you felt after you took the action. Okay, I am in a 90-day program. I do this 90-day program every 90 days. So I guess it's a full 360-day challenge. Okay, and every 4th day I have to write down something that I fear, an action that I fear, and then take the action and write down how I felt after I took it. Okay? And oftentimes, almost every time I feel excited, I have this, not anticipation, I have excitement, it's invigorating, it's fun, it's much more exciting when I take the action in reality than what I had pictured in my mind. And it was a lot easier, I found. Okay, sometimes you're going to find that you're still scared, you still have all these fears after you've taken the action, but it's going to get easier as you go. Right? So write down, so the 3rd step, yes, take the action, and then write down exactly how you felt when you took the action. Okay? So I'm going to give you an example. Okay, so it was probably in the summer. Okay, so in the summer, I do this 90-day program. It's in a book that I carry around with me, so when I'm on the road, wherever I am, I have it so I can follow it. And I was at the cabin this particular day, okay? And I got to this one question where it said, take the action, or what's the action that you fear, and then take the action. And I was at the cabin, I was on vacation, and I thought, I don't know. And the only thing that came to mind, it was myself and my dad who were at the cabin. The only thing that came to my mind was writing a letter to my dad. Now you have to understand something. My dad and I have never been close. We've always had a very, very poor relationship. We butt heads, we argue. I've done a lot to hurt him in the past. He's done a lot to hurt me. And we have a very, very bad relationship. And there was a lot of anger and guilt that I had around all of these issues with my dad. And he was at the cabin and I was at the cabin, and we were out on the boat. He was fishing or something, and I was just sitting there reading a book and writing out some stuff. And I got to this part where it said take the action. And the action was, for me, the only thing that came up was write this letter of forgiveness and apology. Okay. This was one of the most difficult things I ever did in my life. I can't tell you all of the complex emotions that I felt. I just felt horrible. But at the end, I had written out 6 pages, and I gave that letter to my dad. And it released a lot of negative emotions that I had. So many of those negative emotions were gone because I had forgiven him. I'd let go of that stuff. And maybe I feared losing that story that I had attached to all of this anger and these events that I had in the past, and losing that story. And I didn't want to lose that story. So that was something that I feared that I broke through. That was one of the toughest things in my life. Starting businesses, running different ads, shooting videos. I mean, speaking in front of audiences. That doesn't bother me. But having this relationship with my dad did. So whatever it is for you, do the 3 steps, okay? Write out the action. Write out the action that scares you and the specific fear. Okay? Write out the potential outcome that you would experience from taking the action. And then ask yourself, are you going to let the fear stop you? And then take the action and write down how you felt. You're going to be able to break through a lot more this way, and it's going to get easier and easier and easier. You're going to watch yourself grow. All right, so subscribe to this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.